Now let's check in with Morgan Reiner. An arrest has been made in the shooting of the two Miami police officers. Morgan, tell us about this new arrest now.
Yeah, so we have a ton of new information, including that the brother of the suspect was also arrested. But visually, I want to show you now what we are seeing for the first time. So I'm going to step out of the way. Brian is going to zoom in for you because the scene, for the most part, wrapped up in the last 10 minutes. And we are now getting a closer look at the house for the first time where all of this happened. You can see that the gate is smashed in. That's because the SWAT truck ran through the fence in order to get close to the house where the suspect was barricading himself. And what you'll notice all around the windows of the home is that there are bullet holes. And actually about 15 minutes ago, guys, I interviewed the manager of the tow truck company. And why is that important? Because that's how this all started. He told me he got a call from police to come and tow an abandoned car that was in an intersection at the end of this block. They came out here. They realized that the car belonged to a family they said they've known for a long time. Described the family as being very well known in this area. So what did they do? Instead of taking the car to the tow yard, they knew the father was good for the money. Again, good family. So they brought the car back here to this home. But then police were called to this home because of shot spotter alert, meaning shots were fired. And police got here. They found the car was riddled with bullets. And that's when the police chief said that the officers were shot. Two officers were then taken to the hospital by their fellow officers. And the police chief said this started somehow as an argument between two brothers. So that is the new information you just mentioned. One of the brothers that barricaded himself inside of the home that shot at police, he is dead, but that brother originally was a witness and he is now also under arrest. We just got that confirmed. We also have other new information that he's facing several charges. We also have new information about the officers. We're told the female officer has been discharged and that the sergeant does have surgery and that he may be in the hospital until the end of the weekend. We will be here all morning long. Again, we spoke to that tow truck owner on camera. We'll have that for you all new at noon. For now, I'm live in Allapattah. Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Hey, Morgan, great job getting us that brand new information. So again, we now know that the brother of the suspect who is involved in this now has been arrested there. And you're actually getting a little bit closer to where this all unfolded. Now that you're seeing it up close, Morgan, really quick, what is really jumping out at you? There just seems to be a lot of debris all over the driveway there beyond that yellow tape.
I should also mention, as you mentioned, this is a big scene, obviously a lot of destruction, which means a lot was going on. The suspect was barricading himself inside of the home. His name was Mason. And the tow truck manager also told me that the father was here at the time of all this. So he's obviously grieving the son that he lost, and he's grieving the son that was just arrested. So he says it is a very weird, dynamic situation because his son shot at officers, but also he's still grieving the loss of his son. But I'll step out of the way again just to show you what we are seeing, the magnitude of the destruction. The fence, you can see all the white pieces. We watched this morning as investigators started picking up the pieces of the fence and put it back on the property. So what you're looking at now, it looks like a mess, but I guarantee you about an hour ago when the pieces were everywhere, it was a lot messier. And I do see shattered glass everywhere. Again, you see the bullet holes all over the house. So it took a lot of work on behalf of the SWAT members in order to breach the fence and get into that home.
And Morgan, you were actually out at the hospital yesterday. You also just gave us that brand new information that one of the officers shot is now going to be going into surgery. Did anything stick out at you at the hospital there? We know the ER was also roped off, kind of similar to the home there with yellow tape. What were the sentiments like at the hospital?
It switched. So at first, you definitely saw concern among officers that were waiting outside of the hospital for any news They were hugging each other. But at the same time, we watched as it transitioned into more of a higher spirit situation, because we got all the good news that those officers are expected to make a full recovery. They're expected to be okay. They were alert, they were awake, they were talking. And as you just heard, that new information, the female officer has since been discharged from the hospital. It's the male sergeant that we now are learning will need to undergo surgery. And that is not totally unexpected. I mean, these officers were hit with a high power rifle. I mean, the scene that reporters got to here yesterday, we were kept 5 blocks away because they said one shot from that high powered rifle could have made it 5 blocks down. So it was a very powerful weapon.
Yeah, Morgan, thanks for that insight there. And we're just so glad these officers are okay. As you said here, this could have really been a lot worse. Morgan, don't go far. We're going to check back in with you here coming up at 9:30 with another update on all these brand new details here rolling into the CBS News Miami newsroom. And we'll be right back.